Welcome to Gloria's Gab Live. Today I have a very interesting program for you. Panos Kourtesis,
That's right.
thank you for coming today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Panos is with One More Child, the National Director of
Partnerships.
Partnerships.
Mm-hmm.
I can't read my own writing here.
That's okay.
And oddly enough, I've had your mom on my show before. So
Yeah.
your mom is like the superwoman.
She is.
She's
absolutely is.
and
Uh-huh.
now she's got a huge job with the Lions Club.
That's right.
And but I know her from the General Federation of Women's Clubs, where she also holds a position in the state level.
That's right.
So there's just she never stops.
She never.
Anyway,
Like that
but
Energizer bunny.
pretty much sounds like you're about not far. Not the what do they say? The thing doesn't fall far from the tree.
The apple. The apple
Yeah.
has not fallen
Apple
far.
fall.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I've done too many shows today. So listen, before we start, I have to thank South Florida PBS. South Florida PBS sponsors your show every single week.
Wonderful.
And they have a wonderful exhibit going on now in Boynton Beach. It's called the Da Vinci Immersive Art Experience.
Oh, wow.
Super educational.
Yeah.
And, I know you're involved with foster kids. And if you get a chance
Yes.
to figure out a way to get the foster kids up there,
Mm-hmm.
they're doing, they're allowing students to come for free.
Oh, wonderful.
And then I even think they have help with transportation.
Oh, great.
So you might want to check into that.
Yeah,
Anyway, and people that are members get one of these once a month, and it tells you everything that's happening. From you can get free health care advice to amazing programming. So if you're not a member, and I bet you are you?
I believe
If
so.
not,
Yeah.
you probably are and
think I
don't
get
even
these
know
at
it.
the
You get
office.
get. Oh yeah, for sure
Yeah.
you're a member.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yes. I thank you for having me.
Oh,
I'm
you're
so
welcome.
happy to be
You're
here.
welcome. Yeah. So first of all, we've got a lot of ground to cover because we want to talk about two different jobs that you have. So one is One More Child, and the other one is Explore Foster.
That's right.
We're going to start with One More Child.
Great.
Okay.
Sounds
So tell us a little about the history of that. How did that come about?
Yeah. So again, thank you so much for having me today.
You're welcome.
And yes, my mom is my biggest hero. So she's just she's wonderful. So I learned
And your
a lot
mom is
from her.
Elizabeth Kourtesis
That's
Fisher,
right.
by the way.
Yes.
We
With the
didn't even
Women's
mention her
Club and
name.
the
But
Lions Club and just so many different things. So
Yeah.
just like the Energizer bunny, she's just going and going. So with it, One More Child, I get the honor and privilege to serve as the National Director of Partnerships. And what I get to do is I get to help community organizations, churches, local champions be able to serve vulnerable children and struggling families. The mission of One More Child is to provide Christ-centered services to vulnerable children and struggling families. And the children, the faces of One More Child that we say, include children that are in foster care, children that have been sexually trafficked, children that are children of single moms, hungry children, and children around the world. And so we specialize in providing direct services to these children and families that are in vulnerable contexts with therapeutic services to help them recover and go through, recover from their experiences that they've had in the past. Our global component is we are active in 19 different countries as well with a child sponsorship program. We lead missions trips to these countries. That includes Costa Rica, Dominican Republic. We go to Uganda. We go to Romania. We go to India. We have child sponsorships in all these places. And the reason why we have that program globally is because it's a preventative measure. Because if we make sure these children are sponsored and that they're receiving the funds and the support for an education and healthcare, then they're not susceptible to being trafficked, or they're not likely to be separated from their families, or they're not likely to be hungry or go to bed hungry. So what I love about One More Child is that it's a wonderful organization that is both global and local. And so we are boots on the ground locally here in Miami, where we have our Single Moms program as our largest program here locally in Miami. We have 8 moms and 13 kids that are living on our campus.
You have a campus.
We do. We have a campus near Dadeland Mall. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Yep. So we have our cottages that were formerly children's homes. They have been repurposed to be apartment dwellings for moms and their children.
Right.
And so we have 8 moms, 13 kids living on site.
Oh my goodness.
They
Well,
live
that's quite a responsibility right there.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a wonderful program in that we help serve the moms with scholarships. We provide financing classes, parenting classes. We work with Geico to be able to sometimes get a free car for a mom that needs one, help them with their driver's license, and also with looking for better paying jobs so that the moms are able to be much more independent and successful after our program than they were coming in.
Well, do you know, I'm on the board of the Women's Voice Network.
Okay.
And they do much like what you're doing, it sounds like, and there might be an opportunity to collaborate with them because they've already got curriculum and classes online.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's just a matter of once they set up the classes, anybody can go into it.
Oh,
and
great.
Participate.
Would love that.
It's just a matter of getting the books and whatever, and getting the underwriting to pay for whatever supplies they need, that kind of stuff. But
that's wonderful.
Yeah, you need to talk to Iris Garcia.
Iris Garcia.
And I will share that with you later.
Okay,
But
great. I love collaboration.
I know.
That's
Well,
what's
no,
great
every
about
time
this.
I sit with a nonprofit, I'm thinking of ways that, because I sit on so many boards, I have to try to figure out a way that I can serve both at the same time. So kill two birds with one stone.
Absolutely.
Type thing.
Yeah.
But but that sounds like wonderful work.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So then we've got a video.
Yes,
so you
we
want
do.
to play the video now?
Yes, we have a video that do I prep it?
Go ahead and prep
So
it.
the video is a video on the rich history of One More Child, in that we've been serving children and families for over 120 years. And so we started as an orphanage. We were known as Florida Baptist Children's Home for decades, and now we're One More Child. So this kind of covers that rich history.
Yeah, okay.
For nearly 120 years, One More Child has provided Christ-centered services to vulnerable children and struggling families worldwide. The need is greater than ever. Compelled each and every day to reach one more, we are grateful for generous partners and supporters who come alongside us to ensure one more hungry child has been fed. One more foster child has found a loving Christian forever home. One more trafficking survivor has found refuge and healing. One more single mom has found community and strength. One more struggling family has found relief and stability. One more heart has found the love of Jesus. All of this was possible because people just like you said yes. Yes to mission trips. Yes to volunteering. Yes to giving. Yes to child sponsorship. Yes to one more. In a broken world, One More Child is rebuilding lives. One child and one family at a time. And your support is the driving force behind this vital work. Together, we can make an eternal impact. Together, we can reach one more.
So that was a great video, and we got to catch up on things there. I'm sure the viewers probably can think of ways they can help you as well. And if they want to donate, we were just talking about, we're doing a clothing swap, and we have tons of clothes left over. I mean, hundreds of pounds of clothes left over that are good clothes that people have donated. So we can, if people out there want to donate or money, supplies, whatever it is, how do they reach you?
Yeah, they can go to onemorechild.org. And they can explore the website to see the various programs that we have. And there's a drop-down menu where they can select Miami. And so you can go to the Miami subsection of the website and explore a little bit more about what resources are needed. And so we will accept donations of clothing. Just imagine this, it's a residential program. And so anything that you can imagine for
everything, diapers,
everything. Yeah. Diapers are huge. Diapers.
I know. I said that because I know how expensisu they are.
I have a 10-month-old at
oh,
home.
do you really?
Yeah. So
oh, wow.
I didn't quite realize how fast diapers fly. So we're always in need of diapers. We're always in need of clothing. And anything else that if you can imagine a mom coming and moving into this apartment with their children, anything that you would need to furnish an apartment.
Right.
The reason why we're refurnishing the apartment with new beds, new bed sets, and dishwares, because when the moms leave our program, they are welcome to take anything and
Everything with
everything with
them?
them. Yes.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. So we'll have a moving truck, and if they want, we'll fill up the moving truck, and they're ready to go with everything.
Now, I know there are places because my Rotary Club did something like that for homeless veterans. We found we were able to get them into housing and whatever, and we had to completely furnish their homes,
Yes.
and from silverware plates and whatever. But there was a site to go to where you could buy like a kitchen already done. Have you tried that?
We have like an Amazon wish list, and I think a Walmart wish list. So it has items that are sometimes preferred by our moms, but not quite the
That's
hey, sponsor a
interesting.
kitchen. That's a really neat idea.
Yeah, I'll try to get that information
Yeah,
to you
that sounds
because
wonderful.
it was a long time ago, but there are ways that we've researched over the years on ways that they figured out. And I think it's probably nonprofits have figured it out. Hey, if I can get one group to do this,
Right.
because how many people are doing a similar thing?
Yeah.
And, if you can say, hey, for a lot less money, we've already got this prepackaged,
Right.
service for 8,
Yes.
kind of thing, or
Yep.
service for 4, whatever it is,
Yeah,
So,
that's wonderful. Yeah, please
yeah.
send that to me. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so we're already collaborating. So, what else can people do to help you? Can they volunteer?
So yeah, we have our moms and our children. We also have different programs where we have hunger relief programs. We have ways to volunteer with local children and schools by hosting packing events where, let's say, a group wants to host a packing event to feed 10 children at a local school. We have our backpack program to do that. If someone is listening and maybe interested in loving on our moms, or it's maybe a single mom that's like, hey, I think I can pour into, I think I can pour into a mom at this point. I would love to. What we do is we do a level 2 background check for these mentors, but once they're in the life of one of our moms, we've seen beautiful things happen in terms of just mentorship. And then also we have monthly volunteer serve days on our campus. So that includes beautification of the campus. That includes donation sorting, painting some of the homes, cleaning the homes, maybe moving a mom in or moving a mom out, playing with the kids. And every Thursday night we have a class for our moms. And so we have the moms attend a class on parenting or finances, and then we have the kids in another area, and they're playing with toys and they're going through a study. And so we definitely need volunteers to be able to help with that as well on Thursdays. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they just go to your site and they can sign up and do the background check, whatever they need.
That's right. At onemorechild.org, there's a volunteer button. You just click on that and it'll walk you through the whole process.
That's awesome. Yeah. And do you take like high school students too?
So we do have high school students that come out and they adopt their own projects on the campus. So it varies from building a new wooden deck to a garden to just
because everybody needs community service hours.
Yeah, and
a lot of people that. And a lot of people a lot of kids just like to do something, especially if they're going for the silver night.
Yes, that's right. I think we did have one come through a silver night.
Yeah, So that's always a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's beautiful too when we see high schoolers that come out, because we typically see and not just high schoolers but groups in general, they may come with the intention of just going out once and they just fall in love with what they see and what they're part of, and they kind of initiate their own kind of projects, and we embrace that. We love that.
Yeah. I think when people start doing nonprofit work, that happens a lot.
It does.
You get it's an addiction after a while. Look at your mom.
Yes, absolutely. Keeps going and going. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is, but it's so satisfying.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to hear that you've got all those programs. That's great for the community.
Yeah, we've been active.
So we call on young people that have great ideas. And like I know that my women's club just did a garden for
wonderful.
It was a home for children that are mentally challenged.
Yes.
But going out to a place where like these people live or whatever, and providing a garden or cleaning their house or just babysitting, when they have to go out and maybe attend an event or something, that means a lot.
It absolutely does. I mean, that's part of the overall programming. If it's a butterfly garden or if it's volunteering directly with the children or the families, there's this long-term impact that you make in a person's life.
Well, then
And
there's
it's
also
wonderful.
tutoring.
Oh, that's right too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
Mhm.
high school students that are super smart, like
Yes.
people we know at Palmetto Bay,
Yeah.
Palmetto High School.
That's right. Great school.
So yeah, you went there. My
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
daughters went there.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So tutoring can be another great way to volunteer
That's right.
and can make a big difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Math tutoring is always a need for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Math, sciences. Yeah. Any math and sciences are big deals.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So plenty of good people at Palmetto for that.
There is. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful school.
We know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then the other thing we talked about was the Explore
Explore Foster
Foster.
Miami.
Now tell me a little bit about that. Because
So
what's your position there? You're on an executive committee?
I am. I have the honor and privilege to serve as an executive committee member with Explore Foster Miami. The mission is to inspire, educate, and convene local champions, churches, and the community to become a bridge of support in foster care. And so I say committee because we are an initiative. We're not a nonprofit. We are a collection of organizations working
Yeah.
together collaboratively. When you see a community need, it requires a community response. And
Right.
so no one person or no one organization can do everything.
Yeah.
And so especially in foster care, which is a very complex space, it requires everyone working together and kind of going in the same direction.
Yeah.
So as a committee, we work together to be able to host these key events called stakeholder gatherings, where we gather key
Okay.
directors.
Yeah, those are great.
It's
For
wonderful.
brainstorming?
Yes, we
Yeah.
get everyone. We have a wonderful breakfast. We'll have a keynote speaker. It can be a judge. We had Judge Demetrius at our
Oh
last
yeah, right.
breakfast. He was wonderful,
I
kind of
see
just
him all the
sharing.
time.
He was wonderful in sharing the hope that is in the system, which we don't typically hear a lot of, and a lot of stories that come out in the news in terms of foster care. But there's so much good that's happening in the space.
Yeah.
And so we want to be champions. We want to inspire the community to get more involved in that. So we have these stakeholder gatherings that happen twice a year. And what we do is we also work with community organizations and churches to be able to coach and make connections in the foster community. So like, let's say, for example, there is a local church that says, hey, we want to get involved in foster care, but we really don't know how. And so we'll come in and we'll make the connection saying, well, one of the biggest needs that we have in foster care is that we have children in need of homes, but we don't have enough licensed homes to take in these children. And so one of the greatest and biggest needs is more licensed homes. So if there are families within a church or within an organization that may be interested in opening their hearts and their homes to a child in foster care, we work directly with partners to be able to help make that licensing happen.
Right.
We also work with, so that's called 4Kids. That's our organization that we work with a lot for the licensing. Wonderful organization. They've already licensed 15 homes here in Miami-Dade County.
Wow.
They just started a little bit over a year ago. So that's really exciting to see that. We also work with organizations and champions to get involved in foster care through a tool called Care Portal. And so Care Portal is kind of like Uber. It's a network. And I say it's kind of like Uber because in Uber, you have people that are taking rides to get to a location.
Right.
But Uber doesn't own the car, nor does it own the person. It just makes that connection.
It just makes connection.
And Care Portal makes that connection as well. So the Care Portal is a network that collects needs, pre-vetted needs,
Right.
and it blasts it out to pre-vetted organizations that are
And
willing
then
to help.
organizations click in and say, okay, I'll take that one.
Exactly. So for
Yeah.
example, they may get an email saying, hey, our organization or maybe our church is in 33156, the zip code or in that area. They may get an email somewhere in that vicinity for a new bed. And you can just click on the email saying, yes, we'll grab that bed. We'll have somebody, a volunteer, or maybe a staff member go out to Walmart, grab that bed, and then deliver it to a family in need. So those are just some of the ways that we engage.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's really incredible. And we've seen great collaboration and special projects happen as a result of just getting people together. And that's what it's all about. Like even like this time together.
I'm telling you, you can get anything done.
It's true.
If you get the right people involved.
Absolutely.
And like putting those brains together that are all these amazing. There are so many nonprofits in Miami. This is the most generous community I can imagine anywhere.
Yes.
And if it can be done, it will be done.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have a beautiful nonprofits
Yeah.
community here.
Yeah, great system. Yeah. So Did we have another
I believe
video
we do have a video
for
for Explore Foster.
Explore Foster? Yeah.
This kind of goes through some local directors, champions that kind of speak about foster care and the need. And
Okay, so
yeah.
maybe we'll find some people that want to do. So is there a vetting process pretty heavy vetting process to be a foster
to be
parent?
licensed? Yeah. So we don't do the work directly. We work directly with 4Kids to be able to help walk them through a licensing program and what that looks like. But to that licensing, the requirements to open or to take in a child into your home, they're set by the state of Florida.
Right.
And so they are pretty thorough, and it's all for good reasons. We don't want children.
Absolutely.
You can imagine.
You can't put them in a worse place than they were.
Exactly. So a lot of the times children are removed from their homes because there's an issue with their welfare, their safety, or just their overall well-being. Yeah. And so the last place they need is a more a dangerous environment to be placed in.
Exactly.
So typically these homes are loving, and not only are they loving, but they are also pre-vetted and they're also licensed accordingly to be a safe space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Are you ready for us, Alex?
Our children are the seed of the future.
They're not stained by the human frailty and wickedness. Their outlook is different.
Keeping families intact, but making them even bigger. And that's really the perfect goal of everything in the child welfare system.
As a city, we can take a look at what's going on here and say that all children deserve a hope and a future.
It's so critical for the community to learn about foster care. I think there are a lot of misconceptions and biases that go into why somebody goes into foster care.
To get involved often seems very complicated, but I think there's a lot of simple ways. One way is by being a voice. That doesn't necessarily have to be complicated or complex.
If we are able to reunify children with their families, with their parents, that's what we're trying to do through the services that we provide to the families and to the children.
Sometimes families just need a little bit of help, and if we can be the people that give that help while the family gets it back together.
You can help by providing what they call respite care. You can mentor, you can tutor.
Working with the community as a unit, with churches and organizations and schools, I think will strengthen the system and provide the wraparound services to kids and families.
What we can see is that when the family is not healthy, the children are not. We cannot expect a better city unless we work with the children from now.
When there's not a problem right in front of our faces, it's easy for us to forget that it exists. Their future is being determined now based off of the experiences they're having in their childhood.
When a family flourishes, individuals flourish, and that leads to economic development, greater levels of education. It leads to a reduction of poverty, a reduction of mental illnesses. The impact of being able to care for children and families affects everybody.
What I would love to see is for Explore Foster to function as a hub that is able to unite and be a center of information and collaboration so that everyone can really come together and bring the synergy of their best resources and make the best experience for foster care.
In this day and age of so much communication and so little communicating, and I think that this is one thing that we need to do as a community. How can we best serve the needs of these kids, which are so different than even a generation ago?
So don't be scared, jump in.
Don't let the fear of losing a child that you love stop you from fostering. Let the fear of a child not knowing love inspire you to foster.
So we were talking about how Voices for Children, the film is just a little dated because we've got Katie Black.
Katie Black, yes,
she's the president and CEO of Voices for Children.
That's right.
Another amazing organization.
Yes, we collaborate with them very closely.
I bet they collaborate with everybody taking care that touches the lives of foster children.
Yeah, the history of their mission and what they're doing is wonderful. From the Guardian Ad Litem program being such a strong supporter of that program, and then now working directly with children with missions trips and being able to help with different different needs.
They do mission trips all the time with these kids, which is such an amazing experience for kids who are on the receiving end usually, and now they're in a position to give back, which I think gives them a lot of self-confidence and satisfaction too, to be able to give it, play it forward, kind of thing. Yeah.
We actually collaborate closely with the organization that Voices also works with, called Genesis Hopeful Haven. A lot of the children and the youth that go on these trips come from that organization, which is wonderful.
There's another one that had blue in the name?
Blue Mission is
Blue Mission was,
right?
Yeah,
that's the water missions.
Okay, because they went on I know they went on a trip.
Yes.
With Blue Missions one year.
I think they went to the Dominican Republic.
That was, I think you're right, the DR.
For a clean water project. Yeah. Blue Mission's wonderful. They just do incredible work. Yeah.
I bet you there are a lot of viewers out never heard of either one of those.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, the amount of nonprofits and people doing good work in the community is overwhelming. And
that's right.
As many press releases as I get, I always think, okay, I've seen it all. And then not even a day later, there's another one coming out at me, and I go, "Oh my goodness, what are you doing? This is so awesome!"
All the time, the time. It keeps it,
and I want to help everybody.
Yeah.
So that's not good, because after a while, you're going, "Run out of time." Your mom, your mom and I are running out of time.
Yeah.
Just too many irons in the fire.
That's right. There can be. And also just one other quick thing about the video. Nelson, who was in the beginning of the video, he's now the executive director over at the Miami-Dade College Foundation. So,
that's the one that preceded Katie.
Katie, yes. So he was in the video. So just to be clear, and it's a little bit dated, but we're so happy about where Nelson is, and we're so happy about Katie being in the leadership position that she's in.
Because she has such a passion for it, and she gets it from her mom too. So it's kind of. Yeah, another one.
Yep.
Like you and your mom.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you grew up with it.
Yes.
It was just in your DNA. Yeah. So we are almost through.
Okay. Wow.
There's only 3 minutes left.
Okay.
I know. So hey, what's coming up that you want to talk about? What needs can maybe the viewers tap into to help you with? Now's your shot.
Thank you. Yeah. So if you're interested in serving with children and families with our Single Moms program with One More Child, you can check out onemorechild.org. You can click to volunteer to make a donation, whether it's financial or whether it's donating clothes. And then with Explore Foster, we have a breakfast coming up in, I think, early May. Date is yet to be announced, but if you want to follow us on Instagram or check us out at explorefostermiami.com, you can go on that website. It's a hub that we've invested into to be able to help decode the complexity of foster care. And so if you're interested in becoming licensed, go to explorefostermiami.com. If you're interested in finding out more about Care Portal, go to explorefostermiami.com. If you want to find out more about, hey, who are the key players, or can I find out a little bit more about how foster care is different from adoption, you can go to explorefostermiami.com.
And are there times that foster parents say, I like this kid, can I just keep him?
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
The ultimate goal in foster care is, if a child is removed from the home, to be placed back in their home. And so it's kind of getting the mom or guardian that was separated from the child to get them the help that they need, so that the family's just preserved. So we see the best outcomes happening with that. But there are occasions where the parental rights may be terminated because it's just not safe for the child to go back. And in that case, you can adopt.
That's when, okay.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Well, this has been great having you.
Oh, it's wonderful.
I'm so happy to
glad to be here.
meet you.
Yes, thank you. And I'd love to come back and kind of just share updates
absolutely.
as well.
Give us updates.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. That'd be great.
See how you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Again, thanks South Florida PBS for sponsoring us week after week. And if you have not gone to the Da Vinci exhibit, I highly recommend it. It's something you will, I'm telling you, you can go back again and again. In fact, Jenny Esqui, who is their Senior VP of Marketing and Communications, was telling me there are so many people going back again and again because there's so much to see and do. Every time you go back, you see something new that you didn't see the time before.
Wow.
That's a lot of interactive things. You push a button, you
kids will
put
love
your
that.
hand on a wall, and the wall moves, and it's crazy stuff. So kids will love it.
Absolutely.
So, and if you can get any of your foster kids up there, they'll love it too.
Yeah.
So until next time, I hope everyone has a good week. Be kind, be generous, and make a big difference.